hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this new episode of Today's Youth. And today we will be meeting with Salma Keshk. She's an AUC student majoring in economics. Thank you very much for joining us, Salma.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Our pleasure also, Salma. Salma, tell me, you chose to major in economics. Of course, it's not an easy major. Tell me, why did you choose economics in specific?
I've studied economics during my high school years, and I've been passionate about it. The idea of having a positive impact and trying to elevate people's standards of living was very interesting to me. I've always wanted to put an impact on the economy or on Egyptians.
Yes. Development.
Of course.
Economy is the future of the world, not only in Egypt. I mean, it's the future of the whole world. It all depends on development, developing world's economies, sustainable development. We're all talking about this now. So tell me, what concentration in economics major?
I'm concentrating in quantitative and financial economics.
Yes.
It's more about statistics and research. It's about collecting data, analyzing it as an attempt to study relationships between different aspects of the economy. And with our research, with the help of our research, like economists tend to create policies, new policies to elevate the economy. And
yes, there are, I think, three major concentrations inside economics. Yes.
Yes, there is, as I said, quantitative and financial economics, economic development, and general, which is like a mixture of both.
Yes. Tell me more about development. You're planning, I think, to pursue your master's in development, right?
I think this is what I'm mostly passionate about. I'm passionate about development specifically because I want to apply economic development in Egypt.
Yes.
Yeah, we're always attempting to elevate Egypt's economy and improve people's lives. So I think economic development is going to be it's going to help me achieve my dream of seeing my country do better or thrive towards
yes,
a better future. Yeah.
What are the major subjects of development, economics development? What do you study, I mean?
Currently, we study everything in my major. As I've mentioned, I'm not majoring in economic development, so there's
you're
still
now
so much
more focused on the financial part.
Yes, exactly. Like I'm studying the tools that's gonna enable me to analyze and study the aspects that I wish to study in economic development.
Yes.
But one paper I'm very interested in, and I've been working on it since I've started my academic years, which is child marriage. I've been studying the
negative impact
of
child marriage,
and specifically the factors that drive child marriage here in Egypt.
Yes.
Because unfortunately it's very prominent.
It's very economic, maybe.
Yeah, the economic reasons behind it. I've studied how the income of the family can push them to marry off their daughters.
This decision.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course.
What are your plans for the future? What are you planning to work in? I mean, the field you're planning to work in. Are you planning to work in the United Nations development and or in local? I think you're more towards local development.
Yes, of course. With economics, it's our careers are very tricky. There's a lot of options that are available for us to pursue. Some people, like I've said, like you've mentioned, they work in the UN and many developmental entities and projects. Some work in consultant agencies, some work in banks. So I think I myself didn't make up my mind yet, and I'm still waiting on my calling.
Right. Salma, besides studying economics, you have a minor? Are you minoring in another subject?
I'm minoring in business administration.
In business.
Yeah.
It's a good combination, I think. Economics and business, or economics and political science, they both go.
Yeah, I was interested in business in particular because I'm very passionate about marketing.
Yes.
I was very eager to learn more about it and understand it more in depth. And the thing with business is it studies, it has some similarities with economics. It studies the same topics, but with a different perspective.
Yes.
With a different
managerial,
yeah,
more into management.
Yes, with a different capitalist perspective, if I may
Yes.
say. Like.
Yes. Are you minoring in business marketing?
Unfortunately, we don't have a concentration in the minor, so I'm only taking business.
You're not taking any marketing courses?
Within the business minor, there's only one marketing course, which
Yes.
I'm taking right now, and it's very interesting.
What is this course about?
It teaches the basics of marketing.
Yes.
It has many insights about famous companies that we know and how they adopted some marketing strategies that are not very clear for the consumers. You have to stop and think and analyze it to understand the marketing strategies that they adopt. And I think that it's very smart. Like marketing turns out to be, it's a very smart sector, a smart field. Exactly. So it turns out to be very interesting. I think in the future I might pursue marketing in some way or another. I hope so.
Yeah, for the postgraduate studies or so, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Right. You also have extracurricular activities. Tell me more about those.
Yes, so at first I've pursued my extracurricular activities mainly for the social life. I was new in the university and I was trying to make some new friends, but it turned out to be one of the main aspects of my life. It totally shaped my character, it totally shaped my personality. It gave me a lot of skills and persona, if I might add.
Yeah, yes, yes. Tell me, what are you doing? What are those activities?
Currently, I'm the president of the Theater and Film Club in the AUC.
Right.
We do many events and many projects, but our core, or our main core, is that we introduce acting and filmmaking workshops to our students for people who are passionate about theater and film, but don't want to pursue it academically. So we kind of give them the chance to explore their talents and learn more about their talents through our workshops. And we enable them to showcase those talents in many events, such as plays, movie showings, and so on. Also, we conduct many events, like we're very famous for an event called Hall of Fame, where we mainly honor a certain celebrity or a certain actor in the field for his contribution to the film or theater industry as a whole. And people are very excited about that, so they, as they get to learn to meet those celebrities in person and learn more from them.
Yeah.
And
you also participated or organized the AUC Film Festival, which was organized recently at the AUC. Tell me more about this event.
Okay, so after this event, we've been inspired to do this event after our participation or collaboration with the Cairo International Film Festival.
Yes.
It inspired us to create our own festival in AUC. We have the means, we have the funds,
space,
we have the space. So why don't we create our own festival that might live with us for many years and be an annual event, actually.
That was the first film festival,
yes,
AUC Film Festival.
Yes, and we were very excited about it, especially that TFC conducted a theater film festival, I think 5 years ago.
Yes.
So it was very successful, and we thought, why don't we spice it up a little and make it like a film festival? We tried to implement our experience from the CIFF into our festival, and it was successful.
Yes, tell me more about the organization of this event. I mean, it's not easy, and you're starting from scratch.
Yes.
Tell me, how did you prepare for it, and how many people are working to organize such a festival?
The main hindrance that happened is the fact that, as you said, it's the first time to introduce it to Egypt. Yani, is the thing that when reaching out to filmmakers, to young filmmakers around Egypt, they weren't really familiar with it. So we had to really work on the marketing aspect of it for order to get as many movie submissions as we've hoped for. We've tried to reach many universities around Egypt, and thankfully you've got up to 60 movie submissions, which was a number that was very exciting to have, 60 movie submissions. This event was a collaboration between the Theatre and Film Club and the Student Union, actually. So we've kind of joined forces together, and we've worked collectively on the event to bring it to life.
Yes. What other activities did you work on during your university years? This is your 4th year at university, right?
Yes. Apart from the Theatre and Film Club, I've started working in concerts. I've worked as the logistics head of the Groove concert, which was a concert for Hamai.
Yeah.
It was a new experience to me to create such a large-scale event and be part of it from A to Z, from start to finish, and contribute to something memorable that's going to live with people for their entire lives.
What did you learn out of this experience?
I've learned a lot of things. I can't put my hand onto something specific, but of course problem solving and crisis management was main aspects of them. Also, another characteristic that I think I've gained throughout my extracurricular activities is adaptability, being able to adapt to changes, that unexpected changes that might happen
suddenly, all of a sudden.
Suddenly, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Some things that unexpected, and you have to like shift your perspective or shift your efforts towards something new in order to adapt to those changes. I think that was the main thing that I've learned, and
right. Were you involved in any activities during your school years, high school years, for example?
Unfortunately, during my school years, the extracurricular activities wasn't something that's very prominent in my school. I think the event that two events that I've contributed to were very small scale. It was like Orphans Day that we've planned from A to Z, or for instance, the graduation ceremony for the older years. Yani, we were organizers during this event. That's it.
Okay. I can see that you're very, very much interested in marketing. Aren't you planning, I mean, why didn't you study marketing in the very beginning?
It wasn't on my list for some reason. You know, when you're in your high school, you're very determined on something. I was actually determined to pursue engineering because I was very interested in math.
Yes.
And I've taken economics by mere coincidence, and I fell in love with it. But I wasn't introduced to marketing that much. But during my extracurricular activities, we've used a lot of marketing tools. And we've needed marketing to market for our events. That was one of the main aspects that required to conduct a successful event. And I've always found myself drawn towards marketing, and I've always had like my friends used to say that I have some innovative or creative ideas that I can introduce. Yes. And actually my friends are the ones who suggested that I'd minor in business and study marketing, because there was that
they see you more in this
as a marketeer.
Yeah. Okay, tell me, you definitely faced a lot of obstacles throughout these years of university and being part of a lot of events. You definitely faced obstacles and you overcame them. And what would you like to tell youth about persistence and perseverance to achieve one's goals?
I think if you're really passionate and motivated towards your goal, you can make it work. That's something I believe in. I used to think that I have so little time for anything outside my academic life. But after pursuing extracurricular activities and seeing what I can do towards something that I'm really passionate about, I've realized you can make the time for it. If you're persistent towards it, you can make the time.
So when there's a will, there is a way.
Of course, yes.
So, and what do you think about youth empowerment? How important is youth empowerment in your opinion?
I think it's this should be the main goal of any academic entity or even a governmental entity, because youth are the future leaders. They're going to be future leaders, and you're building the economy for those youth. So making them empowered, listening to their ideas, understanding their insights, I think are very important towards a better future for all of us.
Yes, the Egyptian leadership is giving great attention these years to the youth and youth empowerment and leadership skills. How do you assess this? How do you see Egypt giving the attention to the youth and empowering youth and giving them the chances to have better leadership skills?
I think this is a very positive step towards a very bright future. As an economist, I see hope coming out of this empowerment. I can see a lot of things changing, and I think this was one of the most important aspects that should have been implemented years ago in order to elevate our country.
Yes, so if you are to see yourself 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
That's a very difficult question. I've always tried to explore different fields and different aspects. I didn't make up my mind yet, and I think that's something positive, that I'm always thriving to try new things. I can't tell you what I'm going to be in 10 years, but what I'm sure of is I'm going to be thriving to put an impact, a positive impact on
your country,
my country, on any specific field.
World economy.
Yes, of course.
Right. All the best of luck, of course. Tell me, you've been following the youth conferences talking about the empowerment of youth and the importance of course, youth gatherings, gathering youth together from different countries, like we've seen in the World Youth Forum, in one place, in one country. How important is this, and what's the impact, the positive impact of this on the youth when you gather the different youth from different countries to create a bond among the youth, to exchange their experiences and their knowledge?
I think globalization is a very important aspect of today's economy. I think it was the reason for the world to thrive, and creating it among the youth is very important because our cultural differences shape us differently, and sharing those different thoughts would open new horizons and open new ideas. And one country can be influenced positively from another country's culture. So I think exchanging ideas and sharing our cultures is very important, also towards acceptance. We've had difficulties in the past about acceptance, people accepting each other.
Yes,
and I think
acceptance of the other is a very important aspect of our lives. I mean,
exactly.
And for the youth specifically.
Exactly. So being able to share those ideas would make people more accepting, more understanding to one another.
Yeah. Tell me a message, a clear message that you would like to give to the youth on acceptance of the other.
I would say we've all, each individual person has his own journey that you never lived and you only know so little about.
Yeah.
So it's very important to accept others just because
the way they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So finally, I would like you to tell me what are your immediate plans, your short-term plans.
Okay, so after finishing the semester, I think, okay, after I'm done with this semester, I'm going to start an internship, hopefully. I'm applying now for an internship for a big company, a consultancy internship. And I'm going to see if I like the consultancy field. And hopefully, after I graduate next semester, I'll see if I'm going to continue with my master's and PhD or go right into the field.
Right, so you will be having this internship during the summer
Yes.
months, yes, and then you will be graduating next semester.
Yes.
Right, is this your first internship?
I've conducted another internship, but it was in a startup and it wasn't as formal as one would hope to be. So I'd consider this my first internship, yes.
Yes, right. Salma, tell me, since you're studying economics, what are the major challenges facing the world today with regards to economics?
We can't disregard the war that's happening right now, that happened right after
the Russia-Ukraine war.
Yeah, that happened right after COVID.
Yes.
We were just reviving from COVID and then this happened, so definitely it was a shock from many aspects. Mainly supply shocks in different fields, hindering some critical goods or imports that facing the economy. So I think we still have a long shot to recover from the war.
Right. What are the major challenges facing the economy here in Egypt right now?
I think, as we know, the wheat challenge, but I think the government is handling it very well right now.
Yes.
Hopefully, it's not gonna impose threats in the future. Of course, the oil prices.
Yes.
They plummeted.
Yes.
So I think which it might seem as a negative impact, but I think Egypt would thrive using the high prices of oil.
Yes.
As in the past few years, Egypt has been trying to increase its oil exports and be an exporter of oil. So I think it might benefit us economically.
If you are now an economist and you are putting priorities to work on, what are the priorities?
My biggest priority would be education.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main issue that we have to shed the light on here in Egypt. I think for any economy to thrive, it should concentrate on its education. There's always this mismatch between the graduating youth in Egypt and the job opportunities offered in Egypt. So I think paying close attention to education would actually close the gap or the mismatch.
And if you go in priorities, what comes after education?
Definitely health.
Health.
Yeah. So because of my studies, I've learned that our health sector in Egypt
the government is actually working a lot on both the education and the health sectors.
They're doing
of course, we need
job.
a lot, but we are doing fine so far in trying to change the whole educational sector and the health sectors, which is not an easy job.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying we have to pay close attention. The government is doing an amazing job, but health and education specifically, they require a lot of time and a lot of efforts to actually elevate them.
Right. Salma, we're now going to go to a short break and we'll be right back. ما انا خدت فاصل. ما هو ده الفاصل. ارجع اختم بقى، يبقى انت كده خلي بالك عندك الفاصل ده هتحطيه جوه يعني. طيب. Right, I would like to thank you very much, Salma Keshk, UAC student and a student of economics, a future economist, of course. All the best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Our pleasure. Dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of today's Youth. Many thanks for watching, and don't forget to join us next week, same time. Till then, it's goodbye.